And we are following breaking news in the NFL. The Chicago Bears know their next GM. They are finalizing a deal to hire Chiefs executive Ryan Poles as their next general manager.
Love to hire if he brings an offensive coordinator with him that's very good. And that's the million-dollar question for me, Molly. Like, head coach, that matters. Obviously, I would have gone more offensive as a head coach just because the development of Justin Fields.
We will play at a high tempo, a high effort, attacking physical style built upon speed, quickness, and explosive athletic ability. We will carry ourselves with an attitude of energy, passion, and intensity. We will play with maximum effort.
We're going to build through the draft. We're going to acquire young, fast, and physical football players. We're going to be selective in free agency, and we're going to connect evaluation with valuation. We're going to have a relentless approach to fix our weakness. We're going to maintain great self-awareness of who we are. We're going to solve problems with open communication and candor. And we're going to consistently put players in position to succeed. And the last thing, the most important piece, is we're going to take the North and never give it back. Take the North and never give it back.
Take the North and never give it back.
But it is official. There was a purchase agreement signed between the Bears organization and the village of Arlington Heights. They released a statement earlier this morning saying, quote, "We are excited to have executed a purchase and sale agreement for the Arlington property. Finalizing the PSA was the critical next step in continuing our exploration of the property and its potential."
What's up? This is Jalen Johnson, cornerback of the Chicago Bears, and you're watching my boys, the Bears Mafia, on the Beardown Breakdown right here on Beardown 24/7.
Mafia, 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 mafia. Beardown, 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 mafia, mafia.
It's the Beardown Breakdown. All up in your face now. Beardown Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Beardown Breakdown. All up in your face now. Beardown Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Beardown Breakdown. All up in your face now. Beardown Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Beardown Breakdown. All up in your face now. Beardown Breakdown. Get down, lay down. We can talk modern era, we can talk throwback, but when we talk it's real talk, chump, we don't hold back. These other guys love to lie, bruh, we don't promote that. Mo facts, mo stacks, Mr. Clean, no cap. Switch the whole game on them like a trick play. Competition going missing, no sick day. It's big bears bearing down in a big way, shaking the lake for the monsters of the midway. It's the Beardown Breakdown. All up in your face now. Beardown Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Beardown Breakdown. All up in your face now. Beardown Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Beardown Breakdown. All up in your face now. Beardown Breakdown. Shake the whole lake down. It's the Beardown Breakdown. All up in your face now. Beardown Breakdown. Get down or lay down.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Beardown Breakdown, episode 3. How y'all doing tonight? I'm Mike. I am your host. Tonight on the show, we have Lester Price, the Boss Bear.
Bear down.
We have John McNabb.
What's going on? Bear down, bear down.
Gil is joining us from the car, just got off work.
All right, what's up? Bear down, everyone.
We got Paris. Paris, you're still on mute, and Marlon, so are you, just so you know. Okay, we got Paris. What's going on, Paris?
Bear down. Orange and blue, baby. You already know.
And we got Mr. Chicago himself, Marlon Williams.
Unmute yourself.
We can't hear you, sir.
Shot-town, what up? What up? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What's going on, Chicago?
Look, Marlon making me look bad. Got a professional mic sitting over there and shit. I'm looking all rough over here now. You're making the host look bad, Marlon. You're making the host look bad.
Hey, listen. We gonna do this shit. We gonna do it big now.
There you go. All right, listen, real quick before we get started, I just want to let everybody know to give us a like on Beardown 24/7. That's our Facebook page, and subscribe to the Beardown Breakdown on YouTube. I will be scrolling that across the bottom of the screen just to remind everybody. So we are going to go ahead and get started. We got some news. Some things are just carrying over from what we were doing before. But one of the things that we found interesting is it sounds like Tevin Jenkins is going to go to guard. What are you guys' thoughts on that? And then we'll circle back around to another question later. But Lester, what's your thought on Jenkins playing guard?
That's really interesting. I'm not opposed to it. I like it. From what I saw in the preseason game on Saturday, because we didn't see anything from him in practice, right? We didn't really see anything from him. So when he came in the game, he was moving pretty well. I didn't see him in any type of stress, and I could see the athleticism. So, he's a big body. He's a big dude. And if you can beef up that side or that middle with him there, might as well try it. See what happens. Hell, we were joking the other day. Put him in at center, see what he can do. So, hey, I like it. If he can be a mainstay there and it works out for him there, and you've got Borm on the right tackle side doing his thing, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it.
Okay. All right, John, what's your thoughts on him going over to guard there and playing right guard?
Maybe we can make him a center like Lester said. Sheesh. No, okay. Man, so for years we've been through situations to where the coaches weren't using their coachability to maybe put people at different positions. We have to learn how to be more effective in our player placement and things like that, because under Nagy it was more about the system than the player. Now it's about the player, so we're putting player strengths out there. And a good thing about this regime is they didn't draft him, so they don't got ties to any position with you, sir. You are an offensive lineman in the NFL that plays for the Chicago Bears. So, judging by our woes at the position over the last few years, we've never had solid draft picks at that position. But we do got a stud of a human being that every time he gets in, he makes plays and makes it look easier than the last guy that was playing that position. I'm all for it, man. Wherever he sticks, put him on the field. He's obviously talented. He obviously got the know-how. He's not a dumb kid. He might be a big teddy bear at times, but when you bring that fierceness out of him, and especially when the quarterback believes in him, like last year, Cole Kmet and Jenkins really stood up and was like, that's our quarterback. We got to take care of him. With that said, I like the move. I like that our offensive line coach is not being scared with moving guys around and even, things like that. Putting him at guard is a perfect situation for him. And I don't even think that's the end of him as a starter. As the tackle, it looks like they're really bringing him from the basement up going forward, and I like that too. So if he sticks at guard, that's good. If he works his way back into a tackle role, that's also good. But I'm just glad to see that our offensive line coach is finally putting his best foot forward and not scared to shake things up.
Yeah. So before I move on here real quick, I had to hit a comment that's in this comment section because Tom Novin's new Bears staff is putting Eddie Jackson at free safety. What's next? Jalen Johnson, a running back. Tom, I know that you're kind of new to the sport of football, but Eddie Jackson is a free safety, so we will just move on with that. Let's
and Okuda's not a starter,
right?
Do
and
people not know what the fuck positions people play?
Tom is from Australia. He doesn't know. He's a rugby guy.
You got to remember that Tom Novin's he claims to be a Bears fan, Tom Novins. Or I'm sorry, he claims to be a Lions fan, but
Well, that's the reason why. Don't blame it on the goddamn country he resides in. Blame it on the goddamn team he's a fan of. That's what the fuck that is.
No. Listen to what Mike's saying, though, Marlon.
Wait,
Marlon,
but he loves Bears Mafia. He's already
he
told
loves
us
the
numerous
Bears.
times. So let's move on. Jenkins to guard. Marlon, what's your thought on that?
Well, I'll say this for starters. I do love the fact that this offensive, this whole coaching staff is shaking things up, mixing things up, trying to see what everyone's strengths and weaknesses are, particularly on this offensive line, as atrocious as it's been in the past few goddamn years. The fact that last year we fucking were, I think we were number 1 in fucking sacks allowed or some shit, or dead last in sacks allowed. However way you want to fucking look at that and mention that, that's, you know, your purview to that. But my thing is, obviously with Jenkins having so much experience with being a right tackle and left tackle, this would be a great way to, you know, utilize him in other areas of the offensive line to see what he's best at, because we're still having some woes here and there that needs to be, you know, ironed out and strengthened. And so this preseason, you know, in general, is really helping us see what guys are capable of doing what and where. You know what I mean? Because not everyone is suitable for the positions they are, you know, automatically assigned to, and we're seeing that too. So if Jenkins can play guard as well as tackle, then he'll be a great rotation piece, and he'll be one of those guys we'll focus in on. As, hey, listen, everywhere he's played this year, he's been fucking badass at, and I appreciate and respect that he's open and willing to play that position, and even see how much better he'll be, because he might be better at guard than tackle, as crazy as that sounds, but I'm willing to be optimistic about it with him and other guys being moved around to see, okay, what's going to be the final set of this offensive line, because we need to see exactly, and we won't see that until week 1. And even week 1 won't even tell us exactly what the final offensive line core is going to look like. But I love the fact that, you know, he's being utilized in different areas, in different ways. Hopefully this continues in terms of his willingness to accept his roles, which is multiple roles. You got to have multiple roles on this goddamn thing, because I know you might be good at one thing, but we need to be good at multiple things in case somebody goes out due to injury or personal reasons, whatever, contract reasons, whatever. We got to have guys that can rotate out and be willing to adapt to those new positions that they are asked to be a part of. So I'm embracing that. I'm very optimistic about what he can do, and hopefully he can continue to improve.
Okay. So I'm gonna shoot over to Brennan, who's in his car. Brennan, I'm gonna unmute you. I'm just letting you know I have been muting you because we got a lot of background noise with you driving. But I'm gonna go ahead and go to you. I'll unmute you now. Go ahead, sir.
Can you hear me now? Is it better?
We can hear you.
Can't see you, but I can hear you.
You probably can see me when I smile, huh?
It's quite dark. It's quite dark in there.
It's dark in the car.
Sprinkle some salt on him. He'll be midnight.
Boom, there we go. But I'm almost to the house. But I mean, I look at it like this, man. Jenkins came in, basically everything you've seen from him from college, he was at right tackle. And then I think it's just a knock on the regime of last year again.
I think we lost him. All right, Brennan, I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna mute.
Evaluate talent well at all with Nagy. And hold on, I'm almost to the house. I just went under a bridge. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I'm gonna circle back to you. Get to the house. We got a couple other guys, and I'll come back to you. Okay, Mr. Adam Wolf has joined us. I can't even mute him. Mr. Adam Wolf has joined us. Adam, what is your thought about Tevin Jenkins playing right guard?
What's going on, fellas? Beardown. Sorry for my tardiness. Had a couple things to take care of. I think it's just another one of those things where Ryan Poles is leaving no stone unturned. They're going to put every combination in there together until they can find something that works. I think Tevin Jenkins is up to the challenge. We're going to get to see a live look at it tomorrow. But hopefully by tomorrow, we're going to know a lot more about whether he's suited for that spot or not. I think he's up to the challenge. I think coaches think he's up for the challenge. And I think anywhere that we can insert him on this line to where he's going to make an immediate impact, I'm all for it. So like I said, it's just another one of those rotational things we're going to keep trying until we get it right. And we saw Matt Nagy kind of do that in a few spots last year, but he ultimately sat on like guys like Sam Mustipher. And yeah, you guys know the whole drill.
Oh,
but
don't start that.
Hey, you guys. Hey, I don't got to tell you guys shit. You guys know exactly what happened. But no, I think he's doing his due diligence and actually putting everybody in every single spot that he can think of to try and find something that works. And it goes to like what Marlon was saying last year about the wet spaghetti and throwing it at the wall. You guys remember that shit?
That's sick.
Hopefully this one's gonna stick and we don't have to worry about it too much. That's all. That's all that is. So yeah.
Hey, Adam, can I ask you one question?
Absolutely.
Adam, can I ask you one question?
What's up?
Hey, is that ROQUAN in the picture for a reason, or was that already hanging there before the show?
Oh, that's hanging there 24/7 unless I'm wearing it.
Goddamn right. You're damn right.
We're gonna get there.
The wet spaghetti was Nagy shit.
Yes.
He's throwing some goddamn,
but
Play-Doh. He's throwing Play-Doh though. He's throwing Play-Doh. You can mold Play-Doh, right? You can mold. You can't mold spaghetti.
All right,
that's true. It might be clay. Yeah.
Let's kick it over to Paris. Paris, what's your thought on Jenkins playing guard?
I actually like it. I feel like he may be better off inside. I still want him to learn how to play the tackle too, just in case injury goes down or something, and we can like move him back out there just in case we need to. I think he's by far the most talented player on the offensive line right now. And he's definitely a guy that we cannot afford to lose on that offensive line once the season starts. Him or Lucas Patrick. I mean, one of those two guys get hurt, that can fuck up that whole entire line real quick. And I damn sure don't want to put Sam Mustipher back out there neither. So I like him playing guard inside.
Okay. Before I move over to Gil, we got a comment here from
Don't even bother even read his damn comment.
Listen,
Not that damn cup.
We got a comment from Jason, Mr. Miami Mallardino.
What the hell is he at?
He wants to know where the guy with the Dolphins cup is, and he actually went on to say he only watches because that guy has great insight. Actually, just to let everybody know, that gentleman that has the Dolphins cup has been traded to the Hallis Hall Report for a pack of Newports and a 40 OE. So
and we don't even smoke.
Yeah, we don't even smoke.
We gave that away. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll take the OE though. I'll take the OE either. Hey, that's classic though. I'll drink an OE.
Yeah, that's why I'm drinking. This is classic.
Unfortunately, that gentleman will not be on the show until he throws that fucking Dolphins cup away. Moving on, Gil. No, actually, Jason's on vacation. He'll be back next week. Gil, what's your thoughts on this move here on the offensive line?
I like what it does. It's bringing more value to him to Jenkins as well. He's becoming versatile, which I definitely like. He's playing. He's going to start playing different positions, so later on, it can become vital to us. I like the organization. I want to piggyback up, whatever a couple of people said. It's going to basically what he's doing right now. Poles is experimenting early, so he's not waiting till late. So I like this move. And he becomes more of an asset to me. And obviously his willingness to, hey, you know what, I want to learn a new position is to me that, he wants to work with the team. He's looking to do anything it takes for us to win. So I like that on his part. And I like how the organization's handling it.
Okay, perfect. Brennan, are we home?
We're good.
He gave me the thumbs up. We're
Yeah.
good. All right, Brennan, go ahead.
Now, yeah.
Go ahead and finish your thought, Brennan.
On Tevin?
Yes.
All right, so back to what I was saying before I lost connection under the bridge. I just pretty much look at Nagy and the regime, how they went and took a right tackle and wanted to make him a left tackle. That right there is a red flag, like just in general, like the dude's been playing right tackle, right guard. He went from guard, played tackle when needed for his team. He was never at left tackle. So it was like kind of just an indictment on the regime yet again. I actually like him going to guard because I feel he's more of a mauler. And we did see him. He's like, if you look at his athletic grades, the dude's a fucking athlete. Like, you look at his athletic grades, he can move, he can jump. And we seen him on the move just this past preseason game. And he can get his big ass out there. So imagine him pulling him and letting him get his hands on a linebacker. That's going to create a big ass hole. So, I mean, I like him at guard. I feel the line's stronger with him at guard, honestly.
Hey, Brendan, honestly, though, but if you think about it, if you go back to his college days, he played a significant number of snaps at left tackle as well. So
that was what I was getting ready to say.
He did right tackle, but he played some left tackle, and he's pretty damn good, too.
He played left. I feel he benefits us as on the line.
Oh, yeah. I agree. Yeah.
More. I didn't remember that he played left tackle. I remember he
I
played
didn't know
guard,
he played right.
and then they. Actually, yeah.
I think he played more snaps at right than he played at left.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
But the left snaps, the left side was up there too.
Yeah,
it was a significant number. I went back and looked at some of his highlights.
He had more reps time at right tackle.
Right.
And I remember they said something about, I guess he was dating like a teammate's sister or something, and like he moved over so that guy could get like a starting spot or something. So,
that's pretty cool though. I know that, but I mean, shit. I can
That's
respect that.
Hey, he's like, I can
as
do
long
it.
as the damn dude was good, you know. I mean,
yeah. He was good. He was decent, but he was better at that position than the dude.
Yeah.
But for their line purposes, he moved over, and then that dude got a starting spot, and he was like dating his sister.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Blowing her
right.
I didn't know that.
So before I get to my take, it seems like Brennan, for being on the show the first time in a year, looks like Brennan brought a fan club with him. Because let's see here, Brennan, the best thing to happen to y'all show. First of all, I'd like to introduce Izzy. Izzy is a Green Bay Packer fan that lives in Chicago.
That's my college boy.
Bear down, Izzy. Bear down.
Izzy the friendly ghost.
Izzy got the Bears color polo that he wears all the time. 3 button up.
He bought that shit at Baby Gap though, because you know it barely fits over his big ass fucking head.
Hey, John. Ask Izzy what happened in that championship game.
What happened?
Fantasy championship game.
You
Of
don't
the
want to
fantasy
talk about
league.
it.
Remember, Izzy was undefeated the whole league.
I'm gonna assume he choked in true Packer fashion.
Correct.
Tell him, Brendan. Tell him what happened. Tell him, Brendan.
Hey, he let John come. Hey, Izzy was undefeated the whole year. John's team was buns the whole year. Buns.
I made key moves, and what happened, Brendan? Let's hear it.
John got hot in the playoffs and whacked Izzy up out of there, boy.
Kind of like what the Giants did
some
to the
Ryan
Bears.
Poe moves, John. You made some Ryan Poe moves.
I built the end of my team up quick, man. I was on the wet wire. So whenever you guys, I hang out with y'all. So I got to get up early. You know what I mean? I'm on the West Coast. So when I play fantasy football against all West Coast people, I'm a god, bro.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Wire dry as hell when John wake up and look at it, boy.
I'm already hearing shit from y'all.
All right, hey, let me get my thought on Jenkins real quick, and then we're gonna move to another topic. The only thing I'm gonna say about this move is I think it's an experiment. I think we're going to see him be the starter definitely this preseason game. The one thing I do like is, in my opinion, Tevin Jenkins is probably the most violent lineman we have.
Exactly.
I like having him out there just to be the smack you in the face kind of guy, right? So I'm not against it. I need to see it before I say yes or no, which is we'll circle back to that later.
But we're gonna Mike, a little bit like that too, though. Braxton Jones got a little bit.
Yeah, Braxton Jones is too. What's
Mike,
up, Lester?
one question.
Yeah.
You sound a little hesitant. So, do you like it though?
Or are you optimistic?
I am. Well, we're gonna get to
I
the.
mean, he's your
optimism part
guy.
later.
He's your guy. Do you
know
like?
what?
That's your man's though, Mike. That's your man.
We need a full comment from you, Mike. That was pretty vague right there, bro.
Here's what I'll give you. I like it, but I'd like to see him switch out to tackle at some point in time in the next couple of years.
I got a question. Can I ask something quick?
Yeah.
All right. So I was just thinking about this. Our weakest spot on the line right now is center, right? That is weak. No doubt.
Right now, yes. Until Patrick comes
Right
back.
now is center
Yeah.
because we have Mustafa starting, right?
No.
What do you guys think about just until Patrick gets back? Fuck Mustafa. Move Whitehair back to center. Move Jenkins to guard.
I wouldn't mind that. Now listen, Whitehair has experience playing center.
Yes.
So I would actually I would rather him.
I was thinking about that earlier.
He's a guard though. I mean, right here is a left guard. He's a solid left guard.
I don't think any of these coaches see Cody Whitehair as a center anymore.
I don't either.
I'm just saying.
Wait. Think about this though, Adam. You think they see fucking Mustafa as a center though? That don't sound right to me.
I think that the line is better off overall with that formation, is what I'm saying, rather than Mustafa being in there and having a better lineman on the bench.
Man,
I just don't want Mustafa starting. How about that?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
I'm just saying.
Who do you put at left guard then?
Whitehair line up at center.
Anybody. It don't
I
matter
want Mustafa start.
I've always been.
He said anybody. He said
I've always
anybody.
put and pushed for Whitehair back at center for a long time. I even think Jason Lightweight was like, nah, but then he was like, yeah, I think that would be our best move. There's no reason why not to, or at least try until we can get a center.
Hey,
I'm gonna make it as simple as possible. I don't want Mustafa starting at all. I don't fucking want.
Check this out. So last week at the game, I specifically on the first drive of Justin Fields when we were backed up inside our 20 or whatever. I'm like, all right, I'm finna watch Mustafa, see what the fuck's going on. Legit, he's just not physically strong enough to take on and we all.
I think we can all agree with that. I think we can all agree with that. We know.
Mustafa ain't got that. He ain't got that. He ain't got that anger.
He gets bullied around too much.
Too much, man. He needs to talk to Rick Ross, man.
Brennan, he gets stood up. Does he get stood up, Brennan? He don't get low, does he?
Hey, look. So say there's nobody lined up on Mustafa, right? So his help blocking, he still gets blown by. It's not even more so stood up. He gets blown by to where he has an angle at a block where anytime a lineman has an angle, you should be able to seal. He's still getting, when he has the angle, they're still getting through and then generating pressure. So he's not.
We get it. We get it. Mustafa sucks. That's why he's not a starter.
Listen, one thing I noticed about Mustafa is if he's stronger than the guy, he ain't faster than him.
That's why.
If the guy's faster than him, he ain't stronger than him. So it's like he's always at a disadvantage.
He's
at anybody that's on that side with him, lined up with him, that he had to fucking block.
I wouldn't be opposed to putting Whitehair back at center for a minute.
Or it might be somebody that's both.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say this. I'm just and I know we don't like it, but this is life in the NFL. And unfortunately, the backups are never going to be as good as the starters, and this is just what it is. Unfortunately, we have an injury. I think Patrick has a very good shot of being back before week 1, so this whole thing may be a moot point anyway. It may not even matter.
So does Roquan.
He needs to stay out there because we cannot afford to go back to no damn Sam Musford.
Well,
he's going to stay out there the whole entire season without getting hurt again.
We'll see. That's yet to be determined. So actually, it's funny. It's funny that John just brought this up because actually that's the next topic, and I do not want to spend a lot of time on this, fellas. And here's why: we have beat this to death, but I think it's important we talk about it a little bit. And just
another one of those topics. It ain't gonna
be one of those topics because I'll skip past it fast as hell. So
let's make this real quick.
Nothing has really changed other than we've got a guy that's not an agent calling NFL teams, and there's tampering and there's been some developments, but as a whole, there's no contract signed and there's no trade made. So I know the group of us that are in here now, we've talked about this every day for probably 4 hours a day. But I want to let the viewers kind of get a feel for where we're at. So real quick, let's just go around the horn. Give me your thoughts on the ROQUAN situation, whose fault you think this is, or who's the holdup. And we'll just go back in the same order. Lester, what's your thought on this?
My thought is real quick. It's basically, and we've talked about this, like you said, Mike. I feel like they don't understand the contract. That's what I feel like. His people don't understand the contract. And I feel like they don't understand the contract because they are not experienced in it. So, if you get somebody in there that has some experience with a contract, maybe they'll say, hey, these 6 things are good for you. These 2 things we can negotiate. And that's just how I feel. I know Marlon said it earlier today, and he said, hey, they're probably closer, and a lot of guys have said it, they're probably closer to a deal than not. And I think that I agree with that too. Maybe it's just not having a person that has experience in this situation to say, hey, these 6 things you're fucking tripping about actually benefit you.
Yeah. Okay. I'll agree to that. And I'm going to I'm going to go last like I normally do, because I'm probably going to piss some people off. John, what's your thought?
Can I skip and listen to a few more and then go?
Absolutely. Gil.
My thoughts on it. I mean, basically, to me, I put more of the blame on ROQUAN just because of the way it's been dealt with. To me, it's very unprofessional. I mean, you're getting people involved that you shouldn't. Again, I mean, I agree with you guys on the language in the terms of the contract. So basically, because he doesn't have someone there professionally, so it's basically harder for him to understand, and he's getting other people involved. So to me, just to summarize it, I mean, I put more of the blame on him, and I honestly think if he doesn't understand that, I think he should just talk, honestly to Ryan Poles. Say, hey man, you know what? Can you sit down and explain, or do you get professional help? But my thoughts are he's more to blame on this.
All right. Let's go over to Paris.
I'm starting to feel like it's more ROQUAN. I feel like he's being he's trying to like get over, and Pose is not gonna let nobody bully him into his job. I mean, how do we know that? How do we even know that ROQUAN is even gonna still produce at a new position, let alone playing in a new system? Like, worst case scenario is, what if we do pay him and he takes a step back? That's the worst scenario. And let's not act like he's not had an issue in the past. Remember that time when he had got into that accident where supposedly he was supposed to be drunk, and then remember that rape that girl that had filed that sexual charge against him earlier this year, but then it somehow just like disappeared. We never heard none about that again. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Man, those are allegation. He beat both of them. Let's go.
Right, but I think the organization has respected him. That's what he's trying to point out.
I get it.
John said if the glove didn't fit, he must have quit.
He wasn't in a white.
This is one reason why I wanted to
skip. He didn't crash no white Bronco.
Yeah, he didn't get chased.
He need to just get out there and just play and just earn that contract. Whatever he's trying to get, just get your ass out there and just play, man.
Paris, since you're still going, Paris, you don't think that he earned the contract though so far? And that this is only for Paris because everybody got to go. I just want to hear it out of Paris.
Yes, he deserved to get paid, but like, how much is he trying to get paid?
No, I'm not saying does he deserve to get paid. I think we all agree he deserves to get paid. But my question to you is do you think that he's played his value already?
Yeah,
is he
don't play.
Okay,
you don't pay for past value. You don't pay for past value.
Not at all. But when you're consistent, you know what I mean. But that's all I'm going to say.
Okay, Adam.
All right.
I'm at a complete standstill with this whole situation. I'm to the point where I'm done talking about it. I think it's more of a distraction to the fans and the analysts than it is to ROQUAN and Ryan Poles themselves. I think we spend more time talking about it than they do, which it's obviously going to happen. But at this point, we're at a standstill. The team's still dialed in. Roquan's still dialed in. Roquan's still traveling with the team. He's meeting with the team. He's with the team all the time. So it's not really a distraction until players a couple years down the line go to sign their deals and stuff. But we can cross that bridge when we get to it. I don't know whether Roquan's going to play or not. I hope he does, but at the same time, you just prepare yourself for him to not be there. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, and that's I'll get to my point after we run through. Who do we got left, John? Brennan.
Me.
So I'm gonna say, fuck this Roquan talk. I'm pointing my fucking point to Jaquan Brisker. He's gonna be a dog. Rookie of the year. That's what I'm talking about.
Defensive rookie of the year.
Man, what's your take on Roquan, man? Go.
Fuck
Quick
Roquan.
one.
No,
I get it, but what's your take?
My take on Roquan is I feel Roquan, given his past and the way his mannerisms and what I could read off of him, I feel he reminds me, he's the wide receiver of the fucking defense. He's a fucking prima donna. Like I feel like with Poles was being real, I feel Roquan went the wrong way about it. Like they were keeping everything in-house. They were looking out for him, putting him on the pup list to not find him. He's still involved. And then I feel he pulled some bitch-ass shit. Went to a fucking source, told them to say, hey, I requested a trade. That was his trump card he wanted to pull. Shit didn't go his way. He has no leverage. You're still under contract. Your ass still can be franchise tagged next year. Like, this ain't the way to go about it. So Poles called the press conference. Boom. Said, all right, this is how we're going to handle it. Bet. Next day, your ass off the pup list. Show up or have your ass fine. Basically, boom. I don't want to talk about shit because eventually the deal's going to get done.
Okay. Marlon.
All right. Well, because we've been beating a dead horse with this topic for several days now, almost now a week, and we've gotten into some goddamn heated discussions about this shit. So
yes, we have.
Let me say this. A couple of things. One, at this goddamn point in time, I feel like Roquan's best bet is to fucking reach out to Rich Paul and LeBron or fucking Jay-Z and Rock Nation agency to have them
not them.
Work with them as his agent. Listen. Say what you want, Lester. Rich Paul gonna get this shit done though, and this shit gonna be over and fucking done with. Now you can say what you want, but he gonna get that money, and he gonna make sure the goddamn contract is over and done with.
Trace Armstrong would have had it done.
Goddamn it, the organization gonna be satisfied, and we're gonna be off to the goddamn season. Now, having said that, I feel like because this is nothing new, this is no phenomenon that these players have been adapting in recent years, where they're taking more ownership of their own goddamn name and their brand and their likeness and image and all that good shit, which I can respect and I appreciate that. But and sort of kind of playing Roquan's advocate in this particular moment in time. I understand taking a risk and wanting to bet on yourself right now is probably his best bet in certain aspects when you think about it, because you like, listen, I'm going to take ownership of my own goddamn career. I've been one of the most consistently produced fucking linebackers in this goddamn league, hands down. I've been in the top 3 to top 5 every goddamn year since I've been drafted. So, of course, my past production has warranted me asking for what I'm asking for in this contract. Now, having said that, not having any goddamn experience dealing with the business side of this hurts him. And him sitting up here trying to be his own goddamn agent and having motherfuckers go on social media or contacting other goddamn teams, not knowing the simplest shit about, and this is what fans know. Fans know this shit. You don't fucking call a goddamn another team when you already under contract with the current team you fucking playing for. Who the fuck don't know that? That's not rocket science. And for him to do that and not sit up here and check that person, whoever the fuck that person is, reaching out on his behalf, he's condoning that and letting that shit happen. It's making him look more foolish in this matter than it does the goddamn organization. Now, with him asking for whatever he's asking for, the nuances of it, we don't know that yet, so I don't want to speculate all the different things he's asking for in his contract. But for him to sit up here and say that this organization is not respecting him or valuing him for the linebacker that he is or the player that he is, now, granted, he is the best goddamn player on our goddamn team. We can argue about that till the cows come home, but that's the truth. But even having said that, that still don't give you the goddamn right to sit up here and be pigeonholed this goddamn organization saying, oh, I'm gonna string this shit along until I get what the fuck I want. Now you're making this about you and not about the team. The Bears, we're not known for fucking headlines and distractions. We ain't the fucking Dallas Clown Boys. And we ain't gonna fucking start being that either. I don't like all this goddamn press we're getting because it's negative press. I'd rather us not be talked about at all than to be talked about in these negative goddamn ways, talking about, oh, this team ain't paying him or they don't value him. I don't want to hear that shit anymore because we value our players. Now, some would argue sometimes we value the wrong goddamn players in certain times, but those are the last regimes. Those were the fucking the Ted Phillips, the Emerys, and the goddamn Ryan Paces of the fucking world. This is a new regime. And the way the strategic ways that Ryan Poles has been moving, I can respect it. He's keeping 10 toes down on this shit and not letting nobody push him around and say, hey, listen, this is my job and you do your job. We're going to work together in this to make sure this organization is being well respected around the league. Now, if ROQUAN will get this shit done on his behalf, or at least have somebody he can consult with to give him the nuances of how this contract shit works, because the wording and shit, he didn't go to school for this. He don't have experience dealing with his own goddamn contract. So you don't know different wordings may offend you when in all actuality, it actually benefits you. So you need to know, you need to have somebody on your goddamn side that you're paying some type of stipend or commission check or whatever, saying, okay, well, this is what it sounds like versus this is what it is. And this is what it's going to benefit you in the long run in this contract. Go ahead and sign this. This is going to work out in your best interest, or this is not going to work out. So doing this shit on your own and you don't have no experience doing this shit is only going to make you look a lot worse to other goddamn teams if other teams even take the opportunity to even look at you to give you an offer, if it's not us. But I say all that to say I love Ro. Ro has been productive every goddamn down, every goddamn play. I'm always advocating for that. I'm only going to always advocate for players who've been productive on our fucking team. All the bum-ass players that's out there getting all this goddamn love and appreciation for not fucking doing any goddamn thing. I have a low tolerance for the shit. I am at my wits fucking end about some of these goddamn Bears fans, unrealistic ass Bears fans. I'm about to talk my shit real quick, Mike. Do you mind? All right, let me go ahead and do it. I have a fucking my top of my pot is fucking off the goddamn meters now. Because these unrealistic ass Bears fans getting all this goddamn love, the bomb ass players who didn't produce shit for us and was actually hindering us. Don't start naming them. Don't do that because I'm gonna get mad at them. Don't do it. Don't make me upset now. All these fucking bomb ass players are getting all this goddamn love. Meanwhile, the players who actually produce for us ain't even being recognized. So the fact that we seeing some of these unrealistic ass Bears fans turning their back on ROQUAN like he ain't fucking produced every goddamn down every fucking play, you're a fucking moron for that. And we're not gonna tolerate that shit. Now I'm all aboard. I'm all on board with signing him long term, making him a lifelong Bear. If you don't want to fucking be here, he don't have to fucking be here though. I'm an advocate for that as well. I'm a Bears fan and I'm a ROQUAN fan, but they simultaneously work together. So if he's on this goddamn team and he's producing, I'm gonna always advocate for him. And that's with any goddamn body wearing this fucking Bears jersey. Now, last point, I'm gonna say, ROQUAN, wake the fuck up, man. We're waiting on you, and we're tired of waiting. We need you to go ahead and get this goddamn deal done so we can move past this shit and start seeing what the fuck we can evaluate talent-wise when it comes to these goddamn players and their production or lack thereof on the fucking field. There's my goddamn bottom line. Bear the fuck down now. Get your goddamn contract signed. Let's go.
All right. John, give me your take.
If you're from the Mafia and you're in the chat instead of watching our show, we have questions. Okay. Listen, I agree with everybody here. But listen, all work, right? Strictly cash. All right. Give that man his money, number one. Okay. Number two, I believe what Marlon was talking about. I do believe that there has to. I mean, I get it, but pay that man is what I'm saying. That's all. But real quick, what Marlon says makes a lot of sense. The kids these days, the youngsters these days, they are influenced by pop culture. I'm not saying you go get the Jay-Z, but if Jay-Z can go do something for other people, Jay-Z, can you go talk to this man and say, hey, I don't want no money. I just want to go help this man's career. Talk to him, talk to our owner, and get this thing right. I'm not saying that's to be Jay-Z. It don't have to be T.I. It don't have to be Rocky Balboa. it has to be someone that ROQUAN trusts, that the league trusts, and they can talk it out because something has to give here. I do believe he'll be on the team. I don't see a trade coming. If it does, we'll probably get a good haul for it. I'm not too happy with a third rounder for him or a second rounder for him. I don't want to get into all that because that's a different story. But it's just a hit against our team, no matter who you got to draft, if you know you got a proven soldier right there that plays every down and has produced top numbers over the last 4 years.
Can I say something?
And real quick, at the end, I say Ryan Poles got to get to the drawing board with them, go back up there and be like, listen, what do we got to do? And really figure this thing out because we know you're coming, Ro. Just sign that thing, and man, let's get to work.
All right. Can I say? I just want to say one thing to what y'all said. Y'all said pay that man, right? That's what y'all was saying. Pay that man.
Yeah.
So we don't know what the numbers were. And
I said that. Yeah.
No, and I'm saying Paul said there was record-setting things in there. So to
apparently it was all backloaded.
Speculation. That's speculation.
And not a lot of
speculation right now. And I said that in my take. We don't know the nuances to what was offered to him.
Agreed. I agree with that.
Let me make my point. What we know from what ROQUAN in the past is this motherfucker is difficult. He's difficult. Like I said, he's the wide receiver of the defense.
He does produce though.
He also took that time off for mental health. Remember, he took like 3 games off for mental health.
ROQUAN is a tackling machine, but his tackles typically aren't all tackles for loss. They're typically 3 or 4 yards down the field. He ain't forcing no fucking turnovers.
But he was top in tackles for losses. In the past 4 years, he's been top.
Tackles for loss?
Tackles for loss. He's been one of the top linebackers. He had the most tackles for loss, but he's been up there with all those other goddamn linebackers.
He's a good linebacker, yes. But what I'm saying is, if they're saying that there's record numbers in his contract, they're offering him the right things because he's not leading. He's not the best linebacker in the league. Which I think he's honestly probably the third or the fourth, but he's not Darius Leonard.
That can be argued. Listen, all that's debatable whether or not he's the best or he's one of the best. He's one of the best.
It's not debatable if you go look at the numbers.
He's the second best. He's the second best in my opinion, all across the board.
I'll say.
I think he's the 5th best.
If he's top 3 or top 5, he's in a great category. If he's top 3 or top 5, he's in a great category.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what I've agreed, Lester. That's a good point.
He's an elite linebacker.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but he's not the highest deserving paid linebacker. I'll put it at that, and that's what I'm saying.
But the next one is going to get the highest. The next one that gets the deal. It's always like that.
That's not true.
No.
The top line.
The next one that ball out will. The next one that ball the fuck out will.
Exactly.
If he do it this year, yeah.
Especially with the cap going up.
But that's my point.
Are you going to give that money to a guy that's never played the will linebacker position?
And I'm not saying and none of my statement was spend money here or there. I'm just saying that like the next linebacker that balls out for a few years in a row, they usually are the next person that gets the top, barely over the top, but the top money, and then the next one,
Adam, I don't know if he ever not played the will linebacker position in college.
He hasn't in the NFL.
In the NFL, maybe. I think he played some in college though.
He's going to play the Sam even for our
Listen, he'd have that money if you look at the accolades. If he was the Pro Bowl linebacker, he'd have it. If he was first team, he'd have it, but he doesn't have it.
I agree.
They've been snubbing him, though, Brendan. They've been snubbing him.
They've been snubbing him, though.
Yes, but time out. They have, but they haven't, though. If you look at the position he plays, they were in a 3-4. So look at look at the people that are going to get it. The Khalil Macks are going to get it because those guys just get to go rush the passer. They're getting sacks. He's not getting those sacks. Look, you got all about the position-based shit. So you're going to take an edge over an inside backer any day because he's going to get the sacks. Like, look better. Pressures, all that shit. So, there's only so many spots. Granted, I feel he's one of the better players, but he don't got the numbers to prove it.
We
had the forced turnovers, then his numbers will look better. But he don't got them.
But we can all agree, no matter what his numbers are, we can all agree he's top 5 for sure. Some of us will stay top 3, but we're not going past 5. We're not.
Mike's gonna blow his top. Y'all keep talking about this.
He got numbers.
I'm good. Listen,
he got stats.
I am gonna cut it off, and I do want to say that tackles for loss, he was 22nd in the NFL.
Thank you.
That was last year. I was talking about in totality.
Mike, look up last year.
Last 4 years.
Last year was 20. Last year he was 22nd.
Yeah.
What about
that's not bad though?
The year before?
That's not bad.
I don't know. I just looked up last year's.
That's not bad though.
So listen, I want to, I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna move on because we're 52 minutes into the show and we're only through 2 topics. I'm gonna say the same thing I said in the chat. I don't give a shit whose fault it is. I don't care who. I don't care who the holdup is. At this point in time, the people that are surrounding Roquan Smith have made it look like it is Roquan Smith's fault. When you start contacting other teams because you are not intelligent enough to realize that that is tampering and you don't have the ability to do so, you are looking like an idiot and you are making the guy that you are quote unquote working for look like an idiot. Roquan Smith needs to either A, get an agent, or B, get rid of this guy he got and get this damn deal done. If I was the GM, and this is just me, and this is the part that's going to piss people off, go ahead and write to me in the comments. We'll talk about it later. I'm giving this guy till week 1 of the season. You have until week 1 of the season to either have some damn shoulder pads on or a contract signed that we both can agree on, or I'm moving your ass for whatever the deal is. That's where I'm at. It may not be a distraction now, but it is going to as this goes on. I promise you.
And we don't need distractions, man. I love Ro, but we don't need this shit, man. We got enough to deal with right now. This don't need to be one of them.
Right.
I got one question for you, Mike.
What?
I like what you said. Now, did you say that because he put the statement out? If he would have never put the statement out, would you still feel that way?
I knew he was going there. I knew he was.
So you already know how I feel about the statement. And I said it from the moment the statement came out. What was one of the first things I said? This statement hurt him more than could ever help him.
You also said he didn't write it, and that's true too.
Let me also say this too, though.
I said he didn't write it.
Adam said he didn't write it.
I said he didn't write it either.
And listen, let's not talk in detail about this particular.
Can I ask one thing real quick? One thing?
Oh, real quick, John. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
The fact that these goddamn players use social media now as they goddamn public outcry outlet to fucking cry wolf about what the organization is doing or not doing for them. I hate the way it is, but this is the reality of what the fuck these prima donna athletes are fucking doing. Entertainers, athletes, whatever you want to call, all of them are doing this shit now to get a better opportunity for a better deal, a bigger deal, long-term deal, whatever the case is. They getting this shit done the way they want it so they can fucking have the goddamn fans, bend to public opinion and have the organization bend to that same public opinion about them to make them give a goddamn deal to them. That's all the fuck they're doing. I don't like it no more than anybody else does, but this ain't nothing fucking new. Roquan ain't the first motherfucker to do it. He damn sure won't be the last one doing it.
John, but I just want to know.
Real quick. All I'm saying is this, and I know you guys are gonna probably beat me up because you heard it from me before.
We'll beat you up in the chat.
Yeah, not in here.
Yeah, we're not.
Okay. Number 1, he's there. Number 2, he's at the film room sessions. Number 3, he's at the training sessions. He's on the field, not playing. I get it. But there's guys sitting on those bikes all day collecting money too. And he's engaged, is what the coach has said. And the last thing I'll say is he hasn't said nothing in public. He's not said nothing. He put out his representatives put out something, but he hasn't came out and said, no, you haven't seen him say he wants to trade. And he's there every day.
So basically, John.
I'm calling a flag. I'm calling a flag because I'm going to tell you what. You want to know why he's there? He's there so his ass doesn't get fucking fined. That's why he's there.
Yep.
It's for
John, basically,
John's talking verbally.
He's still
John's
married to the
talking
woman. He just
verbally.
ain't sleeping in the same
He
bed
can
with her,
still
basically.
get fined by being there and not practicing.
He can, but
exactly.
he
So-
can,
so
but it's a
basically-
lot better when he's there, right?
So basically,
But
he's
like
still got an
Marlon
unhappy
said,
marriage,
but like-
and he ain't sleeping with his wife no more.
But
Like,
like
he's
Marlon
sleeping in a
said-
different room right now, but he's still married.
But like Marlon said, his new deal is going to cover all that, and they'll probably drop the fines or even pay them whenever he gets signed.
They're
That's
probably not
one
going
of
to
the
fine him.
stipulations.
They're probably
Until-
not going to
until
find
it's-
him unless this goes really, really bad.
Exactly. So we're talking like there's a lot of maybes in the. All the facts are is he's there, motherfuckers, and he's fucking.
But
he's
John,
been
Listen,
there.
all I know is for somebody to say that they're being disrespected by our organization, your ass still showing the fuck up.
Yeah.
And it ain't just for money, but money is a factor too. I know he still loved the team. He still loved being out there with his teammates, and obviously he is a leader in that locker room. So
That was
I know
a tactic, man.
he still has that. So for him to still be showing up despite this whole contract situation shows me he ain't going no fucking where. He ain't going.
Well,
I just want to know how you, Mike, would address it. If he didn't put that comment out, would you be like, okay? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because here's why.
If the comment came out, would you feel a different way? If the comment didn't came out, I'm saying, would you feel a different way?
Yes,
that's
because
what I'm saying.
I truly believe that the Bears organization was trying to keep this quiet. They said from very day one, we're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. And they pounded the table that they were not talking about it. All the way until ROQUAN Smith decided to talk about it. And I'm telling you now, we're talking about fines and he's not getting fined. And then we're moving on after I say this. He should be getting fined. Pop his ass $40,000 a practice. Pop his ass $500,000 a game. I'll bet you he put some fucking pads on.
Fuck him up.
Mike, you're not a cop caller, man. Don't call the cop caller, man.
He better ask the questions.
I agree.
When his deal get done, he better answer these goddamn questions. When I got them Chicago beat writers and reporters ask him all them goddamn questions.
He better
deflect.
Listen,
I ain't taking nothing but answers. Not no goddamn not no generalization bullshit. Not no. I ain't gonna talk about it. No, goddamn it. Yes, the fuck you will.
Marlon, you gonna
talk about it today? Goddamn it,
Marlon. Leave it empty-handed, my boy.
We're moving on.
I'm taking a flight to the goddamn stadium to be at that goddamn press conference, Brennan. You got to think I'm bullshit.
We're moving on.
I'm on ROQUAN ass now. I'm gonna be on his ass.
I'll pick you up at Midway.
All right.
All right, listen. We are actually 58 minutes into the show, so we are going to do this super quick. I just want the answer. That's all I want. Okay. We are going to bring back barely confident or firm bear lever. I got new ones. Okay, real quick. All I want is you're barely confident or you're a firm bear lever. The first one for this week. Jack Sanborn is going to be a week 1 starter. John.
Never believable. That's not even close to believable. That's horrible that the fans. I get it. Put him on the roster for.
Barely confident, John. Barely confident.
Barely confident. It was one word.
Just making up new words and shit.
No explanations. Move on.
No explanations. Move on. Marley.
He's making the roster, but he won't start. No.
Adam.
Barely confident.
Absolutely not.
Gil.
Say the word. You got to say the word, bro. Barely. Come on, Adam.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You
barely
didn't.
Confident.
You didn't, John.
But you guys told me to say it. I said it. So
I'm
I
sorry.
John, you may have a
I'm
different
sorry.
word.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I like Sanborn, but barely not beautiful.
Barely confident. Gil.
Barely confident.
Hold on. There, it's on the screen. Paris.
Barely confident, but I do believe he'll make the roster.
Brennan.
ROQUAN's the deciding factor. Confident if ROQUAN's there. Firm believer.
These motherfuckers hard-headed.
He ain't gonna talk about ROQUAN.
All right.
He's still not going to be a starter.
Lester.
He's
Says
not.
the person who said he ain't gonna talk about ROQUAN.
Y'all hard-headed. Barely confident.
Y'all are here.
All right. So
real quick, Mike. Can we just give Sanborn some goddamn credit for
He
showing
gets all
out?
the credit.
Mike already
preseason
explained
game.
it in the beginning though. We're not discrediting him. We're just saying barely confident.
I'm just asking. So
No, I'm saying,
everybody,
but we haven't elaborated on the first preseason game. That's why I said
We can't.
hold
We're
on.
running short.
Hold on.
Right.
Everybody on the panel said barely confident, right?
Nope.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Gil?
Yeah, we did.
It depends.
No, not it depends. Pick one.
No, Gil didn't get a chance.
I'm picking the
No,
or.
I did. I said barely confident.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bill.
I'm picking or.
Yeah.
You can't see, Brendan. This
You
is why
can't
we
do
don't.
that.
Brendan, this is why we don't invite you on the
No.
show.
Yeah. He can still be on the team, Brennan,
Fan base.
and be a contributor to the team. We
All
can't
right,
just
listen.
start.
Izzy is not a fan base.
Listen, he's as big as a fan base. Listen, I'm a firm Bear lever. I think he's going to start.
Get the hell
Oh,
I think he's going to start.
woo!
You want to know
That was
why?
a curveball right there. That was a curveball.
Wait, here's why. Here's why. I think Roquan's back. I think Roquan moves to Will, and I think they put Sanborn at the mic.
They already said they're
Arnold did shit.
Was he playing Mike in that preseason game?
Who?
Sanborn.
Yeah, he was playing.
He was playing.
Was he playing Mike? I'm saying, was he playing Mike?
That man got a ball thrown to him there. He intercepted and he fell on a fumble. Man, come on.
That's a curveball right there. Mike threw a curveball.
I could have grabbed that interception.
Let's see it.
Grabbed that interception.
No. We ain't finna do that. No, you
Let's
couldn't.
see him stack back to back before we even start talking about starting.
He bumped the tight end and then took the ball.
He ain't starting after the one goddamn.
What's the next one, Mike? What's the next one?
We're moving on. Don't make me blow the goddamn whistle. We're moving on.
John said he was getting that pick.
Tevin Jenkins will be the starting left guard or right guard week 1. That's supposed to say right guard. Week 1. John.
My boy's starting any position. They're gonna give him a starter. At guard, I believe it. I believe it. I'm a firm believer. Bear lever.
Marlon.
Firm Bear lever. I think he starts regardless. I don't know. I won't say left guard. Between left guard and tackle. But firm
Okay, Adam.
Barely confident. I think Schofield still starts at right guard.
You tripping, boy.
Firmly believe.
You saw one preseason game.
Firmly believer. I do think that he would start at either left guard or right guard.
Harris.
Bear lever.
Brennan.
Plot twist. Firm believer. Left guard. White hair to center.
Stop it.
Long as that other damn person ain't fucking starting.
Lester.
Let's see after the last preseason game, and then let's come back to this question again.
No, mother, you
So
got
right now, no. I'm finna answer. Listen, I'm just saying, let's bring this question up again right before week 1. So right now, I'm barely confident. Yeah, I'm barely confident.
So I'm a big Tevin Jenkins guy. You guys know this. I love this game.
Yes, we do.
I am barely confident, and I'm gonna tell you why I think Schofield wins that job. So
hey, the line didn't do too bad. Schofield missed that one.
Hey, y'all didn't jump on Mike when he said it. You jumped on me when
Schofield was getting
No. I'm gonna wait to hear what the hell Mike got to say about this.
You guys always side together.
I just said it.
That's why you guys are on that side of the room.
I just said Adam. You know why they didn't jump on me? Because I got the mute button. That's why. Moving on. This is the last one, and this one's the toughest one. At least I think it is. Ebner will beat out Herbert for running back number 2.
Confident. I'm speaking on it now. He is woo. He goes.
All right, Brennan's done. He got up and left. He said, "Fuck the show. I'm out." That's John.
Money, Herbert, Ebner. That's how it's going to go. But Ebner will be involved in different styles of play and at different packages. I believe, but it's going to be kind of a two-headed monster at the second string position. So I'm barely confident on that one.
All right, Marlon.
It's hard to say, man, because we haven't seen as much of Herbert as we have Ebner. So I can't say that.
It's a gut feeling, Marlon.
He started.
That's what I'm saying, though. But Herbert ain't get a whole lot of damn play.
Herbert was getting hella play.
Ebner was in the damn game during the whole game. Shit.
Bro, at the game Saturday, I was there. There were so many runs Herbert could have had like yards for. his vision wasn't there Saturday. He could have bumped hella shit, and he was getting
Mike, how many carries did he get?
Listen. I'll say this much: Ebner gets more looks in special teams than Herbert will. I definitely agree with that.
Fuck that. Ebner's a better running back than Herbert. I'm just saying it. Like
he is. He's not faster, but he's stronger. He's definitely stronger.
Faster?
I think Herbert's a little faster than.
He's not faster than Ebner.
He's not.
No, he's not.
No, listen. Ebner is stronger though. Ebner's definitely stronger.
Ebner and Ebner are the fastest backs we got.
I'm very fucking impressed with Ebner's cutbacks. His cuts
will burn. These are supposed to be one-word answers,
This is supposed to be one-word answers.
Okay,
Brandon,
okay.
you already gave it.
But goddamn it, yeah, Brendan started. Okay, you know what?
You know when y'all start talking running back,
I'm going to give him that. We'll revisit this again. But I'm going to say Ebner RB2. Yeah.
Can I say one thing? Just one thing.
Quickly, very quickly.
Ebner is a way more dynamic and explosive back than Herbert.
I agree with that.
Way more explosive and dynamic.
Hold on, about that though. He hadn't been utilized as much as Ebner has so far. So we'll come back to that.
How do you figure?
How do I figure he's more explosive than?
No. Marlon, how do you figure he hasn't been used as much?
Oh,
he hasn't been used as much with this new regime. No, because
Herbert got one more carry than Ebner did in the preseason game.
Yes,
you're talking about
Ebner was being utilized in special teams and in the run game.
You can't talk about being used after one.
How many yards, Mike?
What? But that's what y'all doing though. That's what the fuck y'all saying.
30. Listen, it was 31 for Ebner. It was 31 for Ebner on 6 carries, and Herbert had 7 carries for 20.
So one more. Okay.
So all right, Adam.
That's hard to judge him.
Barely confident. Ebner will play, but he's not going to be the RB2.
Yeah,
but he should be.
It's not enough to go off. That's what I'm saying.
I know
Throw
it's
that
not.
in there, Adam.
You guys see how
That's why we do these. Gil.
It's first game. I mean, we already know what Herbert's made of, so I say I'm fairly confident Ebner will be number 2. It's going to be Herbert.
Y'all scary.
No, Brendan is really sold on this,
bro. Because I know running backs, bro. I'm telling you, he's way more dynamic.
Brendan did this shit last year with Herbert.
Herbert
did some shit last year.
Wait. Time out.
Brendan does this shit every year with every new running back. Every
He really did go hard for Herbert last year.
Brendan was a big Artavius Pierce guy.
Artavius Pierce. Hey, we had Nagy.
This is the same guy that was
wait, time out. First of all, y'all got to stop this running back shit. Y'all got to stop this running back shit because y'all got to forget who the offensive coordinator was. Let's not do that.
I agree.
Harris.
Barely confident. Khalil Herbert will be the running back too.
Lester.
I'm keeping receipts.
Brendan, who's the
right
coordinator last year from Scranton?
That bomb.
Man, this is another one we're gonna have to revisit right before the season.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with firm believer because he is very dynamic and he is definitely faster.
I'm telling you,
he's stronger. That's for damn sure.
And his hands
definitely faster.
His cuts. Listen, I'm very impressed with Ebner's cuts.
His hands are better.
He's going to be watching a bunch of fucking touchbacks. Is what he's going to be doing this year.
Talk your shit.
I gotta be a firm believer. Got to, prove me wrong and before week 1.
Y'all scared. Y'all
watch the game tomorrow. We gonna watch the game tomorrow. See who get utilized. Where?
Can I just want to say one thing about Ebner and Herbert. Do y'all not remember how many drop passes Herbert had last game? Like you didn't throw that in there either.
I think it was 2 or 3.
Yeah,
it was either
2 or 3.
It was 2 or 3.
It was 2.
And they were gimme catches. Like, come on now.
Hey, if Ebner does it this week, you gonna jump off the train?
Yep, he will.
Yeah.
He will.
If he does what? If he drops the ball?
Yeah, if Ebner drops 2 passes this week, you're gonna jump off the Ebner train?
Hey, Adam, if was a 5th, we'd all be drunk.
See, exactly. Shut the fuck up.
No, you said if.
All right, listen. I'm gonna give mine, then we're gonna kill the show because we're at an hour and 10. First of all, before I give mine, everybody give the page a like, Beardown 24/7. Give the subscribe to the YouTube channel, Beardown Breakdown. the Ebner question, and I want to preface this by saying I ask you guys these things knowing it's almost impossible to answer. That's the whole point. So all you guys are saying, we need to see more. It's just a gut feeling right now. We'll revisit it. Trust me. We'll probably be talking about it 2 or 3 times. My answer, firm bear lever. I think he ends up winning.
I knew he was going to say that shit too. I knew.
I think he ends up winning. Here's why. I think that Monty and Herbert are very, very similar backs. And I think that Ebner provides a change of pace that we didn't have on the roster.
Thank you.
That's
He's
why
a Cohen. He's a Cohen type, but he got like Forte.
No, Ebner's not like that.
No, I'm saying, I'm not like a Cohen.
He reminds me more of Matt Forte, the way he moves the line.
He's going to be put. I believe he's going to be put around the field a little bit. Just not
I wouldn't compare him to Cohen. No.
Ebner. Do you guys put it back after Ebner?
Yeah, it's Thomas, I think.
Ivans, yeah. And him and Ebner, like seeing them and like, bro,
I don't know if they're gonna make the roster though.
They're the same type of back, and Ivans kind of man, the dude looks nice, like as in these guys are one cut backs with top end speed. That's
Brennan
what the league
Brennan
is
said
now.
the same thing about Artavis Pierce.
He definitely did though.
Bro, our line had no fucking holes. Do you guys remember when?
Oh, now you're just making excuses for him.
Hold on, Brennan. You can't say that when we were number 6 in rushing.
I know. Wait,
you
let me
can't say
finish.
that.
Let me finish. Do you guys remember
that's all
when
the time we got for tonight, folks.
Do you remember when Matt Nagy first came and they didn't know how to fucking use Jordan Howard?
Yeah, I do.
Y'all forget that shit. Oh,
listen, we had Langford.
I ain't forgot shit.
We had Langford too. Langford was pretty damn good
but what
too.
I'm saying, my point is, we had a 1,000-yard rusher for 3 years consecutively, and you come in talking about, we don't know what kind of running style he is. We're still trying to figure him out. The fuck you mean?
Listen,
it was because Nagy had a bungus blocking scheme.
So I just want to say this real quick.
Almost had 1,000 yards though.
The only reason I threw this question in here is because I was hoping Brendan was going to be on the show because I knew this motherfucker was going to have an opinion. Brendan, it's good to have you back. You're going to have to show up more. Paris, thank you for jumping on. It's good to have you on. We are going to kill the show. It is Beardown Breakdown.
Yeah, fuck the rest of you guys.
Give the page. Oh, yeah, I love it.
For real.
I'm going to talk to you in 10 minutes, you asshole.
That's how you really feel.
All right, I want to thank everybody, and especially I want to thank Jason Mallardino for being on vacation and not being able to make it.
Hey, we're Dolphins Cup free tonight, baby.
We're Dolphins Cup
free. That last thing, Musty Fart is the goddamn Vildor of the offensive line. That's all.
I agree with that. I'm with you on that one, Marlon.
Right. All right, everybody. Beardown 24/7. Give that Facebook page a like. Hit us up on YouTube and subscribe to the Beardown.
Oh, just one more last comment, real quick. Is
we still want to talk better football, man?
A one-time quality show is better than 2 times.
Hey, wait. I do have one more thing. I have one more thing, and this is super important, and I've been waiting to do this shit. Adam, I need your Hallis Hall report.
Oh.
You want everybody to leave?
Listen, bro. Get your ass on the payroll. Let's
everybody
go,
quiet. Let Adam do the intro to the Hallis Hall report real quick.
Go ahead, Adam. I need to
All right, hold on. You gotta look at the ceiling for a second. Hello, my name's Adam, the Bear fan. Welcome to the Beardown Breakdown. Tonight we have John McNabb, Mike, Marlon, Paris, Lester, Brennan. Our first topic tonight, ROQUAN Smith. Go ahead.
Who wants to go first?
Fantastic. That's how you end the show.
Hey, listen, Adam, with all them goddamn images, you can't even fucking see who the fuck on the damn.
All right, Beardown.
You hear a couple of hiccups in the back. You hear a couple of hiccups in the back.